What's going on, Baton Rouge? Remember, don't change your values to meet your behaviors. Change your behaviors to meet your values. Red Stick Strong. What's going on, y'all? Built by the Red Stick Podcast, coming to you every Friday from Elevate Treatment and Legacy Center. We appreciate them for hosting us. We appreciate all the support. If it's your first time listening, make sure you subscribe to the page, like the video, leave a comment, man. Let us know what you want to talk about. Shout out to our sponsors. We got Movements in Motion, local dance studio off of Sherwood. You can follow them on Facebook at Movements in Motion. Also, shout out to First Priority Medical, local medical facility here in Baton Rouge, kind of like a boutique style primary care physician's office. You can get your COVID test, COVID vaccines, flu shots, flu tests, anything, everything's on the table. So once again, y'all go check them out. You can follow them at firstprioritymedical.com or First Priority on Medical on Facebook, man. We are gathered today with the GOAT, right? We got Mr. Tom Brady. Look, how's the loss? You know? I mean,
man, it's tough, bro.
At least you got to come out the playoffs and come join us, man. So once again, I'm just messing, man, y'all. This is his name really is Tom Brady. It's kind of crazy. He's like the GOAT of the treatment industry, right? So Tom comes to us from where? Cutoff, Louisiana. Found his way to Baton Rouge, got sober. How much time did you come up on?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
When's your sobriety date?
May 23rd, 2018.
So it's coming up quick, man. So in order to, normally what we do, man, I just kind of like to let everybody know like how you found your way to Baton Rouge, where you've recreated your life, you've really started to take off, achieve some things. We had your business partner on a couple of times. You're a part owner of Side Kids, correct?
Correct.
So you're opening businesses, got a family, 2 kids, correct?
Correct.
So how did you find your way from the bayou of Cutoff, Louisiana to the good old Red Stick?
So it wasn't really by choice. Man, just where I'm from in Cutoff, it's a small town. There's no recovery. There's nothing but drugs and drama. So I had been getting loaded a long time, and I ended up having an ultimatum whenever I lost my family, my home, children, vehicle, everything in one night. And
That's a hell of a night.
It was a night, man. It was a night. And so my dad gave me the ultimatum to either be homeless or go to treatment. And I spent one night homeless, and it sucked, man.
Was it? No, it was May. So
it was hot. It was hot. And you know, I ended up going to a detox center. I was such a shit show when I got there. I didn't even have a license, so I had to go to a DMV. And if you've ever been to a detox center, you know the state you're in whenever you get there. So my ID picture ain't that great. I was gonna say I can show y'all my ID when Mike said my name, but right. I don't want to show that picture.
So you come to Baton Rouge in May. You go to treatment, and then you end up in sober living.
Yeah. So I go when I'm in treatment. They're preaching this sober living thing. I had been to treatment before and never followed any recommendations. And I remember I'm sitting in my counselor's office, and we actually called Michael, and he said he had 2 spots available. So I was like, man, I'll go to sober living for 30 days and go back home. And man, I'm thankful that like they gave me a chance, you know.
So now we're gonna get into what you perceive led you to addiction. But now what are you doing now?
Now I'm a counselor at the Grove Recovery Center.
Okay.
Been working there a little over 3 years. Just trying to help people get what I got, man.
So how did you find your way into the treatment industry? So like, I mean, is it something you knew you wanted to do, or just kind of happened, or what?
Yeah, so it's something I always wanted to do. I just could never keep myself together for more than a couple
Months?
weeks even. You know, man, I'd get out of treatment and agree to do an IOP, and then I would get loaded all the way through IOP and just fake it and fake it and fake it until I couldn't anymore. I knew it was something I always wanted to do, man. I just could never keep it together long enough.
And so you started off, you went straight into counseling? How did you start off?
So I started off as a behavioral health tech or recovery advocate at about 4.5 months sober. And then I transitioned into admissions after a few months. I did that for about 1.5 years. And then once I finally had enough sobriety time to like get my CIT and credentials to like be a counselor, I decided that's what I wanted to do, man. It's something I've always wanted to do as a kid, with all the psychiatrists I've seen. Yeah.
You seen a few?
At least 30.
Nice. So which one did you like better, right? You like the admissions role, or you like the dealing with clients?
I rather the counseling role, bro, because I think it's the purest form of help.
I agree, man.
You know.
And so the Grove, I know they just opened their residential. You're out there, correct?
Correct.
I hear y'all are doing really good things, man. I know our marketer, Ronnie, sent a couple people out y'all's way. I mean, you know, I was there when you came in. You know, you started as a tech. You know, I watched you grow. It's been pretty awesome to see. What do you feel? So I know a little bit of your story, but how did you end up? I mean, heroin, correct?
Correct.
Your choice.
Correct.
But back when heroin was heroin.
Yeah, but then I found the liking for fentanyl because that's the only thing that could give me a buzz.
Right. So how did that start, man? Like what train of events led you to think that was a good idea?
So whenever I was a kid, I always looked at drugs as a real bad thing. And I'm talking like a kid, like 6 or 7, because my whole family struggles with addiction. Both parents been to treatment, you know, had their own issues with substance abuse. My entire family gets loaded, like that's what they do. So whenever I was 11, started smoking pot, drinking, and I thought it was amazing. You know? Yeah, it was the answer to all of my problems, man, to everything that was going on at home, parents' divorce, everything. Pot was the answer. And then I quickly became on a mission to try all drugs before I died, which I thought I would be dead at 25, you know, I'm 30 now.
He made it.
I made it, man.
He made it.
But yeah, man, I mean, I was a real shit show. Can I curse?
Yeah,
okay. So then I went.
We have Boston in here.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got a potty. So, I mean,
as he cusses, he says he has a potty mouth.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. But man, like by the time I was 14, I had been expelled from my high school. I was not allowed at any schools in Lafourche Parish or any of their properties. I was sent to the alternative school, which I also got expelled from after a couple months due to like a bunch of Xanax and stuff. So I got sent to an 18-month-long treatment center, behavior modification, like boot camp style place. It was awful, man. It was so awful.
It didn't work?
It didn't work. It turned me into a robot for about 2 years. And then as soon as I got out of there, might have lasted 6 months, started smoking pot again, back into the drug scene. You know, I'd already had like a problem with pills and opiates before I went there at 13, 14 years old. And once I got out of there and started using opiates again, it was all over, man. It was back off to the races.
So as you found your sobriety, right? As you found your new life, you got into the recovery industry, started helping people. I mean, it's easy to say that we like to help people, but what wakes you up every day? Because I mean, I know what it's like, right? It's an emotional drain. doing it day in, day out. There's people dying left and right. You probably count handfuls. So like, what's your drive? What wakes you up every day? It's like, look, man, I get yesterday was shit. Today might be a shit show. But I'm still gonna show up. I'm still gonna give 100%.
Yeah, I think part of it, man, is like I was blessed with like a really good sponsor.
Okay.
Who was a complete asshole, and that's the reason I picked him.
Yeah.
You know. But
not originally though. He had a couple of shitty ones.
I did have a couple of shitty ones at first, who like got lowered and stuff. You know. But so the thing that gets me up, dude, is like being able to realize, like, even though it was a bad day or whatever, and like I believe in recovery, like we don't really have bad days. Like if I do, it's my fault. I'm allowed to have bad moments, but bad days are my fault, being the tools I'm given. But being able to wake up, dude, wake my kids up, you know, be able to like come home, provide, have a house, have a vehicle, a bank account. You know what I mean? These are things that I've never had, man.
I agree. When did you get a house?
Last August.
Congratulations. Yeah. And so you touched on having a good sponsor. So talk about sponsorships in the program and whatnot. Can be referred to as a mentor in life or whatever it may be. What have you found has been one of the most important aspects of your circle? Like surrounding yourself with good people, letting them challenge you to get better.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like I've learned like through the program and stuff, like addicts are very perceptive, and I know who's not doing the deal almost right when I meet them. You know, whenever I got into the circle I'm in now, it was clear that they just genuinely like wanted me to win.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't want anything from me, no financial, none of that, man. It's they just wanted me to win and be like a family man and like be a good person. You know?
How do you feel? Because I mean, that's one of the things I love, right? Like you talked about it, you touched on it, like being able to wake up and get your kids up. Like my son, I love him to death, but he's a handful sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of which I love. Like I get to wake up every single morning and wake him up, and he don't always want to wake up. He sure don't always want to go to school. He don't always want to get his uniform on. But I feel that sentiment, like that's one of my favorite things. And then coming to the office, going to the facility, wherever we're at, seeing people and seeing they can get there too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's important. I've tried to use this platform because, and I talked about it either last week or a couple of weeks ago, I don't remember exactly when, but there's so much focus on the negativity of like this person's dying or this person, the opiates are everywhere, that I don't feel like we highlight the people that are recovering, the people that are family men, right? So you went from being homeless, no car, no job, you're not in your kids' lives, your family's kind of like just said, get the hell.
Mm-hmm.
And now you wake up every day, you've been able to provide shelter, a beautiful home for your kids. You've been able to get them in school. You've been able to rekindle a relationship with your girlfriend, fiance. And so that's why I like having people on, right? Like I've had Ronnie, Boston, Corinne. I know you know Corinne real well.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of
taught me the way, bro.
Took you under her wing.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's been a beautiful thing to highlight. And so I represent and recognize that that's a good why, right? Like to see people, you know, if we were to quote a book, right, it says to see people recover, right?
Yeah.
It's a feeling that we won't want to miss. And so what do you have found has been one of the most rewarding things about being a counselor?
To be able to see the light come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I see people come into treatment that are just broken and have no hope, and like I can resonate with that because that was me.
You were done.
I was done, man. Like, I had no hope in anything. I was fully content with dying a heroin addict. And being able to see people come in, dude, and just the light switch on to where they're like, man, maybe I want to change my life. Maybe like shit doesn't have to be this bad.
It doesn't. So also, I mean, I gotta do a shameless plug for y'all because I do it every time Ronnie's on here. How'd you get into the shoe business? Where's that desire come from? Because we talk about everything, right? Like, I'm in recovery, you're in recovery, so obviously that's a passion of ours,
right.
But shoes have obviously been a passion of yours. You opened a shoe boutique where y'all sell shoes and all that good stuff.
Man, I think I've always loved shoes, dude. I just never had, my money went to heroin. It didn't go to shoes. You know what I mean?
Screw them with shoes.
Yeah, I never wanted to buy anything other than that. I didn't want to buy food. So that should show you how important shoes were. Wore slides. If you've been to treatment, you know that's the attire. Wore slides, always. But man, like being able to come and have a little bit of extra money in my pocket, being able to buy the shoes I want, and then realizing that like I was connected to some people that have the ability to get exclusive shoes and help other people get shoes that they would normally not be able to get.
Right. And so how do you feel the transition between what you practice in your life, right, to be a better person, has allowed you to become an entrepreneur and open your own businesses and try to expand your life that way?
Yeah, so like I think a lot of it goes back to like values, man. Like if like I value my life, of course I value money, you know? There's a reason people get into business. I mean, a lot of times it's to help people, but a lot of times it's to make money.
Yeah.
You know?
If I can help people and provide a living for my kids, I mean,
it's a win-win, man.
You know, it goes back to the old quote, if you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. And you bringing up values reminds me of a quote I heard yesterday, and you know me, and I love my quotes.
Yeah.
I love my quotes. I've never heard this one, and maybe you have, but it talked about most people allow their behaviors to change their values, but we should allow our values to dictate our behaviors.
Right. So like a real interesting thing, like whenever I was going through the book with my sponsor for the first time, in the doctor's opinion, it talks about recreating life. And the way that he put it to me was whenever we're getting loaded, we change our values to meet our actions. So like the values I was brought up with as a kid, like honesty, integrity, these things, I'm changing all that to like how good I can manipulate you, how easy I can get over on you, how dishonest I can be to meet my actions of like the down bad shit I'm doing.
Right.
And then whenever I'm getting sober, I'm changing those actions to meet the values I once had. You know what I mean?
I like that a lot. And so what is a day in the life of Tom Brady now, recreating his life, sober, like hobbies? What do you like to do other than shoes? Right? I really like the shoes. So, I mean, I think it's important to highlight that we get to live. I was talking to somebody a while ago, and they always talked about one of the biggest reservations for seeking sobriety was they thought life was going to be boring.
Yeah, 100%.
And I like, maybe I'm biased, but I think my life's pretty damn fine.
So do I.
So what are some of the things the GOAT does while off of work? Because obviously you probably work a lot.
Yeah, I do. So like a normal Saturday, man, I'll wake up, go meet with my supervisor, maybe meet up with a sponsee or something, and then I'm usually going to a buddy's house, watch football or UFC fights, maybe catch a ball game, like depending if we're LSU basketball, LSU baseball, something like that. these are all like great things that I can do. Maybe go play golf. You know,
Golf, man.
Love golf.
Picked it up recently or always?
Always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Growing up in a golf family.
Tiger,
dude.
Okay.
Best golfer of all time.
All right. So you're just an elitist. That's what we would come into associate. So elite that you decided to name yourself Tom Brady.
That's right.
That's not true. Can't be. No, I'm just playing. So as life's progressed, you've reconnected with your family. You know, what are y'all doing over at the Grove? You know, give it a shout out. Let people know how. Can you help people get in if they need to? What can they do? What are y'all doing over there? What can they do if they're seeking treatment and stuff?
All right. So if they're seeking treatment, they would go to our website, thegrovela.org, or just call me. You can call. All of our numbers are on the website. Everything's on there. We have an 80-bed facility in Sorrento. We also follow up with IOP, sober living, outpatient program, which is entirety of 6 months of treatment.
Okay.
At our Sorrento location where I work, we have 60 male beds, including detox, with 20 female beds. So we do detox, residential, IOP, the whole continuum of care. We have some dual diagnosis groups for people that struggle with co-occurring disorders and mental health, things like that. It's a real great place, man. Beautiful campus, you know what I mean? A lot of acreage in the woods, on a bayou. Like, it's
nice.
Real nice.
Okay. So if y'all are looking for help, man, y'all go seek them out, give them a call. Maybe you too can be counseled by the GOAT, Tom Brady and stuff. Look, can you imagine people just going around like, dude, man, I got sober. Tom Brady was my counselor. Then I'm just saying.
Yeah, a lot of my clients tell their families, like, man, my counselor's Tom Brady, and they're like, bullshit. That's not real.
You know, Super Bowl winning quarterback by Sunday, addictions counselor through the week.
That's right, man.
Killing it. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming on, telling everybody about yourself. It's really important to me to be able to highlight people that are succeeding. I saw you, like you said, man, y'all gave me a call. I'm glad we had a bed open. I'm glad we were able to help you out. It's been a beautiful thing to watch you grow and you know, be able to reconnect with your family and achieve success and achieve the things that you want. And also, while doing all that, remain diligent and giving back what was freely given to you. So I appreciate you coming on. If y'all need anything, man, like I said, y'all give Tom a call. Give him the website one more time.
Thegroveofla.org.
I'll give him a call, give him a shout out. Beautiful campus. So I appreciate you coming on. Thank y'all for tuning in again, man. Look, if this is your first time watching, please subscribe, share it on Facebook, share it on any social media platform. Let's grow this thing. Let's see who we can reach, who we can impact. Shout out to Elevate Treatment and Legacy Center once again for hosting us. Shout out Sidekicks Shoe Boutique, right? You can find them at Side Space Kicks on Facebook or Side_Kicks BR on Instagram. You can go call my boy Tom. He'll get you any exclusive shoe. Him and Ronnie are doing great things. And also Lifted Fitness and Nutrition. If you need healthy eating, man, y'all go follow them on Facebook. They got really good meal plans, good food, really good food. Like I said all the time, I didn't know good food could taste that good.
Yeah, Mike's a picky eater. I didn't know.
I like to tell everybody I got the palate of a 12-year-old.
That's very true.
But somehow Lifted and Fitness got me fed good. They had good meals. So y'all go follow them. Shout out to them. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all continue to watch for more content every Friday. We're coming to y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.